inside of it and get acquainted with what it looks like when you're looking at neurons and glia in a Nissl stain. Okay. At low mag, same kind of magnification. Just going to kind of run around a little bit. And then before we zoom in, here's my ventral spinal artery. Remember that from the vascular lecture? Ventral spinal artery. If we had dorsal spinal arteries, they'd probably been torn off. Oh, there's one right there. Dorsal spinal artery right there. Now, again, we can see that the distinction between the gray matter and the white matter. The gray matter has a lot of cell bodies in it, particularly these large ones that we're going to zoom in on down in the ventral horn. The white matter is out here. And so it'll become clearer the different composition of that as we go up in magnification. So I'm going to start at higher mag by going into the ventral horn and looking at some of these large motor neurons called alpha motor neurons. These are the motor neurons that are going to innervate skeletal muscle. Okay, so see a bunch of them in the field of view at different planes of section. So this one has a nice nucleolus. This one's off the center plane, so you don't see the nucleolus even though you see the nucleus. Here's another one right on the center. Here's one off center. You don't even see the nucleolus, the nucleus or the nucleolus. Here's one that's very oblique as well. Just see the rough ER. These are the largest neurons in the spinal cord. What else do we see? Well, we see a bunch of smaller dots. We'll talk about those in a minute. And we notice that the background is kind of light, and there's a lot of space, apparent space. But we know that this Nissl stain is only staining certain components. It's staining chromatin and rough ER. That's not a lot, okay? So all those axons and dendrites and synapses are being unstained in this section. And that's why most of it looks white. Unstained axons, dendrites, and synapses. The generic name we have for that compartment is neuropil. Neuropil. So you have regions where cell bodies are densely packed, and when you're in the central nervous system, you call those nuclei. When you're in the peripheral nervous system, you call those ganglia. And in the central nervous system, we have some large cell bodies right here, some large neuronal cell bodies, but most of what we see is this lighter space, the neuropil. But that's really where the action is in terms of synapses and information processing.